I'm going to show you guys how you can keep your superworms not only alive, but fit and extremely healthy throughout this whole pandemic we're going through. So throughout this whole coronavirus and whatever it's called now, the whole self-isolation, people are bulk buying everything, including your live food. Well, you don't want to buy your live food from the reptile shop and a week later it'd be dead. You're stuck without live food. We're going to run through loads of things to do with how you can keep your live food alive, but also extremely fit and healthy, so that when you feed it to your insectivore eating reptile, they're going to be getting a healthy diet. This is so easy, it's going to be so quick, it's going to be over before you know it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. So with Superworms, you get yourself a tub. I'm already using this tub, it's just a 7 litre tub, nothing special. It doesn't really need to have a lid on it unless you've got cats or kids that could get into it. I don't have that, I've just got a tub. I leave the lid off, as much ventilation as possible, because they're a breathing animal, they need ventilation, and you don't want stagnant air in there because that'll kill them off easily enough. Where have you got your live food from? Like me, I picked up this lot from my superworm breeding farm. If you want to learn how to breed superworms so you can help yourself out throughout this whole pandemic, I'll leave a card just there. Just click on that, it'll take you through to it. You get your tubs from your local reptile shop, or you can buy online, you can buy bulk. I like to count exactly how many I've got at the moment. I don't normally do that, but throughout this I do, so that I can budget how much I feed off throughout the duration of however long and whatever. Get your tub, get your box, tip it in, without tipping it all over the sofa. Then you want to get some food. The biggest killer for superworms is dehydration. So you want to feed them. Well, what do you feed them? Anything that's got a moisture content that's not wet. You can add anything in there from like oats and bran. They'll have a nibble around on that, or you can just use the bran that's in the actual tubs. I use a banana, take a piece of banana peel off, and I get that, I just drop it straight in the tub. Done. That's got a moisture content in there, it's got a lot of potassium in there. That's sort of my main go-to. If you want to vary up the fruits and vegetables, feel free to do so. They'll virtually eat anything. In recent studies, they even eat styrofoam and polystyrene. Me, I have other bits in there. You'll see in my little tub, I've got all these little tubs and little tattoo ink cups and stuff. Well, they've come from the leftover Pangea and the Rapashi that I use for my morning geckos. Any leftovers, I just chuck it in here. They'll run around, they'll eat it. It's got a whole array of different nutrients in that than what the banana peel has. And they'll just get a load more nutrients. So they'll be fit and healthy. Don't leave them in too much of a dark space, because in a dark space with a deep substrate, they could start to pupate into beetles. And that's what you're trying to avoid. So if you leave it light, quite packed in there, a fair amount in there, they won't pupate into beetles if there's too many. If they don't feel secure enough to do so, they won't pupate. So I have a shallow substrate, which is normally oats, bran, whatever comes in the tubs. I feed them on a banana peel, anything that's got a bit of a moisture content that's not actually wet. And then occasionally I chuck in little tubs of Pangea that's left over. So it's like gone a bit hard and a bit crusty and stuff like that. Sometimes if I'm mixing up a load more Pangea to go in with the morning geckos and there's a bit too much, I'll just pour that in here or leave the actual whole tub in there, and that does them just fine. If you follow all those little steps, then your superworms will not pupate into beetles. They will last as long as possible. If you start to see your superworms go a bit dark, black, just a bit dead, give them a little bit more moisture. Add a little bit more banana peel in. Break your banana peel up and put it into 2 separate corners. Superworms can get quite territorial and they could guard that piece of food source and bully all the others out of the way. So stick a piece of food source on each side of the container. It sorts the problems out, and this has come from years of my experimentation. I hope you've enjoyed the video, learned something. If you have, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new around here, please subscribe, and why not check out one of those 2 videos. Peace out, guys.